Welcome one and all to the inaugural England Handball Highlight Show, brought to you by Live Sport Now and Yorkshire Sport Media. My name is Jack Oliphant, and today we're going to be taking a look back on Olympia versus West London Eagles in the Clash of the Capital, Part 2. It may be the clash of the capital, but there's no getting away from the fact that it is top versus bottom. West London Eagles trailing Olympia by 10 points in the standing. They're hoping that today that gap can close just a touch. Having a look at the West London Eagles team sheet now, we must look back at the London GD defeat they endured a couple of weeks ago. Kukaskas is certainly a player to be keeping an eye out on. He scored 5 goals against GD, while Wang Tuk To also scored 3. Olympia's last outing saw them beat Cambridge 38-25, and 2 players that scored 8 goals between them in that game with Treniers and Chowdhury. They'll be hoping to equal, if not better, that record today. So it's the Clash of the Capital Part 2, top versus bottom, Olympia versus West London Eagles. But trust me, it is not as one-sided as those stats would have you believe. Catch all the interviews at the end of the game, and your commentators for this evening are Jack Oliphant and Ian Waterhouse.
And here we go.
Right, so the throw-off has happened, and it's Olympia on the attack, going right to left. And, of course, Eagles first to defend. Here we go. Game on. I'm looking forward to this, Jack.
Absolutely, yeah, and a brilliant bit of sportsmanship there as well. Obviously, they have a little bit of tack on the ball. That is basically a sticky resin, and it's just important that everybody gets a touch of the ball beforehand. Great pass to the line, and a good lob as well. Got a touch to it to the West London Eagles goalkeeper, but couldn't keep it out.
It remains 1-0 to Olympia. We are nearly 5.5 minutes into this first half.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of forced backcourt passes. There's a good movement of the ball there, and a fantastic step, and there's the first goal for Eagles. And it's a really good step by the left winger, but as soon as I see his number, that is the number 10, that's Zan Podolnik. A great bit of skill by him, puts it to the back of the net of the Olympians. 1-1. Bit of ball movement again, as we've seen this move a couple of times. And there we go, this time they just had that extra little pass and found the space. They started quickly though, Eagles. And we're straight back into another attack. 2-1 to the Olympia. Or anything is, if you make a tackle, the defender's got to be in between the goal and the ball. You're not allowed to tackle behind, you're not allowed to pull the shirt from behind or anything like that. Oh, good goal there. That's what we saw, and therefore we get a 2-minute suspension for the player that committed the foul. A bit like ice hockey in that way, sort of thing.
I'll tell you something, I'm not too sure who number 22 is for Olympia. If you could tell us, he's got a fierce throw on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, that was Chowdhury, who we were just speaking about before. One of the players to definitely be looking out on. They moved to the right wing, that's the line player. He's moved to the wing, and there he is again. Just running onto that pass and straight snap the arm back, and the ball ends up in the back of the net. Really well done. That's Chowdhury again, top goal scorer for Olympia. Again, though, Eagles trying to transition quickly into the second phase of their counter-attack, but they've lost it, and that's the danger if they attack quickly. It's out, and it's off the bar and into Thomas and back into the back of the net. And of course, it's that man, Darius Chowdhury, brilliantly done, although arguably his shot off target ended up in a goal.
Right, and almost in the blink of an eye, the gap has gone from being tied to a 2 advantage to Olympia. We have a timeout now, don't we? So the teams get a number of timeouts, don't they? Explain that.
Yeah, so a team is allowed 3 timeouts each over the course of the game. However, you are only allowed 1 per half, so you're allowed 1 in the first half, 1 in the second half. If you don't use your 1 in the first half, you can't carry it over to the second half, so you can't use 3 in the second half. Well, we are pleased to say we're joined by Yorkshire Sport Media this afternoon, and we're going to be able to be putting some highlights out throughout the week of this game as well. So we're throwing everything at it, trying to give handball as much exposure as we possibly can. And with that vein, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, do whatever you can to the stream to try and get more eyes on it. The more eyes we get on handball this weekend, the more it'll help going forward as well. We want to continue this on Live Sport Now.
Yeah, we do, and a big thank you to Tom, of course, from Yorkshire Media. But there we go, the Eagles pull another one back, as we can see.
Yeah, really well worked by the Eagles there, just again opening those gaps up, doing the basics well, aggressive on the defence. Maybe not giving Eagles the respect they sort of think they deserve, what we think they deserve at the moment. And again, a sloppy, open, easy pass is recovered, and a great goal there, fantastically well controlled. He did well not to fall over, to be honest, and that was the number 6 from West London Eagles, Alan Capp. Brilliant interception, and then did well, as I said, not to fall over and finish the goal.
Oh, incredible stuff there. Really, really good.
Yeah, looking for a foul that was never coming, forcing the shot. The substitution from the Eagles trying to calm them down just a touch, but Eagles aren't listening. They squeeze through the gap, and it's another good goal by the number 10. It's not the prettiest of finishes that the Eagles are rolling out here, but it is clearly quite effective. That was Zan Poduknik. Line, again, that's something you don't need to do. That's rushing it. Forcing it to the line is a bit of not an odd tactic. It happens a lot, but you just need to do this. Ball speed, get it out to the wing. Perfect example of how to score against a team that is a player down. Well done to Eagles, doing all the basics and doing them well.
It does move to 11-all, and you just can't split either side right now, can you?
Attack with intent. If you don't, the referee basically holds the hands up for passive play, and it's effectively a shot clock.
There you go. It's really heated up now.
Oh,
isn't it?
there we go.
All over the place, but Olympia take the lead again. Great. I mean, there's literally 2 seconds on the clock.
And that is the half time.
Half time. Wow. So 13-12. Jack, what do you make of that?
I'm very, very impressed, to be honest. I'm impressed overall. It didn't look like a top versus bottom clash. It looked like a solid sort of top of the table, sort of mid-table clash. Really good ball movement from both teams. Fantastic defence from the Eagles, I have to say. I know they're losing, but really they were the underdogs, and you got to give props where it's due. Olympia have been as solid and as good in the ball control as you could expect them to be, and yet Eagles have kept them out. So very impressed with both teams. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how the second half progresses, and if Eagles can keep it up, because I'm sure Olympia, there'll be some words in there, won't there, that they feel that they shouldn't be this close. There's still a player down for the next 7 seconds or so, but they'll probably just hold on to the ball until that 7 seconds are up. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Here comes the Eagles player. Now they're back to full complement, and they can start to charge their attack up. The centre number 4 just starting to call the plays out, initiate the trigger movements. They're congesting that centre of the field.
Ooh.
And it's a good save. Start him early though, Ian, that's what you got to do.
Exactly that.
Somebody not using the attack, and he's been giving it straight back. Another step and a ball shot at the end of it.
I think it was a bit of both Eagles players going for the same ball there, wasn't it? That caused
and one of them ended up being sent off as well for a 2-minute suspension. And really, Olympia got away with that because that was 2 very poor shots.
It's last time out against London GD.
Yeah, so it's got to be taken for the 7-metre spot, and it's dispatched rather efficiently into the bottom left-hand corner. This means Olympia can be very aggressive. It gives an option for a line player to come in from the wing though, which is what they're trying to do with now. It goes to the wing, and it's a great shot with the right hand from the right wing, and that's the number 9 of Mekri. That could be a high tackle. We could be in trouble here.
Appreciative round of applause from the crowd here.
Great step, but he's thrown it away again. We didn't see the number 9. Oh, great break. Yeah, there we go. So all of a sudden, this game has turned very, very open. And Olympia have called a timeout. We just need a second to dissect that. I wish we had replays, because there were so many turnovers then, so many fast breaks, it was hard to keep a track of.
I think sensible move by the Olympia coach to call a timeout here. They were just starting to, the Eagles getting a lot of momentum here. Exactly. I mean, we've got to remember, Olympia, they're a sensational team. And for the very first time, West London Eagles take the lead.
Dispatched the penalty with a plum as well. So we've had 4 penalties so far, all 4 of them scored in the match. Oh, great step, Gate, fake. And that's the sort of raw talent that number 9 can bring us, I suppose. We haven't seen it enough from Trinity's taken anything from them in this game, although he's just been spanned, and it's a great defence. They could be on the fast break here. This could be a big moment. 2 up for West London Eagles, and it's saved. No, it's gone in.
Wow, what a turnaround in this game.
Ended up travelling, so you can't give the advantage after the player was fouled, so you sort of have to bring it back. So they keep the ball. But that
Number 9 again in our eyes.
I mean, if they hadn't given the advantage, we wouldn't have been treated to that absolute rocket ship.
12.5 minutes we are into this second half. At what point do you start thinking, actually, my word, we can win this?
Well,
or are they already there?
To be honest, normally you get into this position and it's an underdog story and you think, oh, they could easily lose out, but it's another brilliant attacking display in goal by Kukauskas. So Olympia charging up their team now. Paul on the sideline urging his defensive unit to move from side to side, and it's another goal from Tuniris. That's 5 for him now, and charging back in front of the camera. And it's a great move, but it didn't come off for them.
Excuse me.
And they're going for the fast break. Good pass.
What a pass. And it's Olympia who take the lead again. This is incredible.
To take care of that number 9 for Olympia, Matthias Trenes. He's been far too good for them in this half. There's a little bit of wiggle room, and it's going to be a penalty. The only reason I can see of that, Ian, is because as he was shooting, there was a clip of his arm as the motion of shooting was happening.
Number 2, and it's a save! Oh my word, first penalty, not safe, and the keeper knows it, arms outstretched, and he's like, yes, come on. Number 12 for Olympia with a huge save.
Movement from Toe there, he tried to squeeze the ball in, but he's ended up with a penalty. Very cheeky attempt. Oh, and the keeper saved it, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling a bit with his arm.
Yeah, moving out to the left, right wing though, sorry. And that's a strong goal. That's needed for West London Eagles. And it's not over yet, of course. Mentioned just under 3 minutes to go. Very tight scoreline, a good defence, but a rocket ship into the top left-hand corner. That's a great goal for the number 21 of Olympia. That's unsafe contact. He didn't hold him to come back. It's essentially a dump tackle.
Well, he's just walking off. He's just walked behind us. Actually, he's headed straight to the changing rooms here.
It will be a red card.
So he's off for the game. Can the Eagles take advantage?
There we go. This is a big 2 minutes.
Nothing in it.
So keep in mind there's less than 2 minutes to go, Ian. Eagles will have the player advantage. They do turn over the ball. The goalkeeper's already come out to try and assist in returning that ball over. West London Eagles, they look to be a little bit, some players they want to go quickly. Some people want to slow it down, but they go quickly. It's moved out to the right wing. It's big, and it is big. West London Eagles make it all level.
Checking the score, please. I believe it's 27-all.
27-all with a minute and a half to passive play. Olympia with the big shots, and it's a goal.
I think they've run it right at the end. This has got to be the attack.
This is a
goal. They've got to score this. They've got to score to tie the game.
It's a foul. Foul is given. They're allowed a free throw. They can't pass it. They have to shoot. This is the final throw of the game.
To tie the game. And it's the man who went down heavy.
Oh, it's off the post, and Olympia are winners by 1.
Win in the tightest of margins. I don't believe it. That is one of the most incredible, and I'm not talking about handball now, that's one of the most incredible sporting moments I've ever seen. And here, first of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You took a few heavy hits there.
Yeah.
Now, Jack, our expert, has voted you man of the match. I know it's probably not much consolation. It was such a close game. What was it like out on the court?
It was interesting. We play against one of the best teams in the league. Yeah, it was a good game for us.
You matched him bloke for bloke, didn't you? You were there, you guys.
Yeah, it was really good. But I mean, we could have done better defensively. We missed quite a few easy shots, and we didn't score a couple of penalties, basically, which was basically a match. 2 more goals, and it would have been a win. But you know, there's some place to improve. So.
Some improvement. We were there, of course, for the London GD game as well, and it kind of went away from you that game. This one, you were in it right until the end. Could you hear the crowd? Could you feel the emotion? Could you feel
the atmosphere is amazing. I mean, for a player like myself, it's like the best feeling to play in an arena like this. Against an amazing team. So yeah, I'm quite excited, but obviously a bit sad that we didn't win. But essentially we had quite a good game, I would say. Much better game than the last weekend against London GD.
Yeah, look, congratulations
Okay,
on winning man of the match. Not quite the result you want, but you guys were sensational. Well done, I'm glad you're okay. Because we want to say, what a second half performance that was from you. Talk us through that finish especially.
I was 2 weeks gone because I have back problems, and I needed to be here today for the game, and I done my best.
You were brilliant. You scored about 4 goals in a row for Olympia. How fast, by the way, can you throw that ball? Have you ever measured it in speed?
I never measured it, but I think the fastest ball, 97 kilometers per hour.
97.
But it wasn't mine.
What does it mean to get the win today? It was very tight. Was it a bit tighter than you thought it would be, actually?
A hard game, a really hard game. We're missing a lot of people because of COVID. More people are injured as well. We've done our best.
Yeah.
We're still making some mistakes, but we're going to try to fix them.
Yeah. Well, did the Eagles put up a bit of a harder contest than you thought they might have, bear in mind the league positions?
Well, it was a hard game for us.
Yeah.
And they really played hard, nice handball. They're really organised. They have a good goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, they do. They certainly do.
Our goalkeeper helped us a lot today as well.
Well, look, go on, go get some water or so. Congratulations. Start of the game, look, a win's a win, even if you win it by 1. Did you quite expect that resistance from the Eagles today?
Yes. I said to the guys from the beginning that will be a tough game. Doesn't matter. You need to treat your opponent with respect, and you need to play on the field. Today was a win, but we're struggling a lot. It's good. At the end of the day, it's 3 points, so this is what matters. And it's a great... Well done for the coach and the players from the other team. They really play very, very well today, especially the goalkeeper. I knew him. Say to the guys, guys, be careful. They have a good goalkeeper. You need to shoot down all the time. He's jumping, but looks like they lost the focus, and we missed a lot. At the end, we have +1, so it's a good thing for us. We're on top of the table.
It's a great advert for the game as well, isn't it?
Yeah, but with this kind of games, you feel like you are getting goal like few years. Sweating a lot, emotion. Even last shot was in the post, so imagine it could be like a draw. Yeah. Looks like today we had luck, but we don't know in the future what will be. Maybe next game we will be on their side. So well done for the team. It was like a derby in London, so well done to them.
Congratulations to you,
Thank you very
well
much,
done
guys.
on the win. Thanks for talking to us. We really do appreciate it.
So, Paul, that was a traumatic game, wasn't it, at the end of the day? First impressions, the game's only finished 5 minutes ago. I know it's fresh. What were your emotions in the final minute or 2?
My emotions were obviously the excitement of obviously what the game turned out to be. We were certainly the underdogs before we went into this game. And like I said in the beginning, we were minus quite a number of players through COVID, so the actual fight and execution of the game was fantastic on our behalf. So obviously my disappointment in those last few seconds was pretty raw still, because I thought that we could have taken that, considering they're top of the league and we're bottom. So it was a fantastic advert for handball, I believe. So if there's players out there that want to come and play, then we're there, and also the men are looking for a coach. If there's any fantastic coaches out there, I take this opportunity to ask you to contact our club. We're a fantastic club, but to sum it up, it was frantic, but yet under control, and I think that everyone had a good time in there overall.
I don't think anybody will want to come in and replace you as a coach following that sort of performance. It is quite sensational, but I know you're only stepping in, obviously. We came down and we saw West London Eagles a couple of weeks ago against Great Dane. Today was a completely different performance to what we saw against Great Dane in terms of your aggressive defence and your turnover rate as well. What have you been working on in training, or you're not going to give those sort of secrets away?
No, there's no secret. Basically is that we just implemented various routines within our defensive structure to make sure that everyone knew that what everyone was supposed to do, what their job was, and that they completed their job to the end and didn't leave it half unfinished throughout the defensive process. So I think that just due to that, their understanding, that enhanced their ability to defend as a unit together. So, as I say, no secrets. It was just a bit of hard work over the last couple of weeks.
And there we go, Olympia taking all the biscuits there ahead of West London Eagles, who fought very valiantly and put up a fantastic battle. It certainly didn't look like top versus bottom to me. North East Manchester Hawks took a bit more of a convincing victory over the Carshalton Titans, 38-27. Unfortunately, we don't have any footage of that game for you, but hopefully in the coming weeks, maybe we'll get some from other games and maybe take a feature and a highlight show. We can see how it's impacted in the Men's Premier Handball League now. Olympia still top of the table, obviously taking all 3 points. West London Eagles taking only a point after their loss. It does put them on level with Carshalton and Cambridge. Olympia leading the way ahead of Nottingham, but Nottingham, GED all do have a game in hand, and the Hawks have 2 games in hand on the actual leaders. Right, all that's left to say is a big thank you to everyone who's tuned in, a big thank you to the clubs and England Handball for letting us get involved. Hopefully we'll be bringing you more handball soon on Live Sport Now.